It is Wednesday, October 15th.
This is The Warning.
A group of very senior young Republicans have been exposed by their internet texts, by their emails, and they knew it. They said during one of the texts, if anyone ever sees these, we're cooked. Now, here are the young men that we're talking about. They are the children of MAGA. They love Trump and they love Adolf Hitler. These are the text messages. These are the words they use. The language is vile. It's racist. It's anti-Semitic. It's cruel and it's depraved. It's utterly, absolutely irredeemable. And yet, of course, it is excused by the sick leaders of a sick movement, starting with the Vice President of the United States, a man with no credibility whatsoever, J.D. Vance, who doesn't use the power of his office to make a statement about right and wrong and to condemn the obvious. Instead, he points the finger at the closest whack job in the Democratic Party he can find, the Attorney General nominee in the state of Virginia, who is as unfit as these children are. But they're not really kids, are they? They're in their 20s. These are the disciples of Charlie Kirk. These are the future aides of Stephen Miller. This is the degeneracy of American politics. If we ever had a leak of this chat, we would be cooked. Let me quote from my friend Dean Blundell on his Substack. That line, buried in a months-long Telegram conversation among young Republican leaders, reads like a confession and a prophecy, and covered in a recent investigative report by Politico. When the cache surfaced, the mask slipped, revealing a culture where cruelty doubles as camaraderie and extremism is repackaged as jokes, all while its authors chase real power inside the GOP's youth pipeline. There is a question that every American should think deeply about while considering the texts of future political leaders in the country, MAGA leaders, the leaders of the youth wing of Trump's MAGA movement, who claim they love Hitler, who celebrate gas chambers, who call black people monkeys. When we think about the future, we should think about the masked men, the ones on the roof, the ones with rifles, the ones who pointed those rifles at a priest and pulled the trigger. These young people who venerate Trump and Hitler and who celebrate the gas chamber, the murder of millions of people, these sick MAGA young men and women who denounce Jews, who denounce their fellow Americans, who want to put millions of Americans up against the wall or to walk them into the gas and then to toss them into the ovens. They have been marinated in the stew of a sick society. They are the creations of a broken media and an even more broken politics. They are the fruit of COVID and the school closings and the social isolation. These are rotten, spoiled, degenerate, broken young Americans who hate with the deepest passion, and they'd be happy, joyous even, maybe even sexually excited to watch up close the violence that they cheer on in these texts. And none of it is condemned. Look at the word clouds. Look at this. And instead, the message that's sent out from the senior leaders of their faction, of their movement, of their MAGA extremist cause is, it's okay, because the other side is worse, and you're with us. And that, my friends, is how you lose a country, how the republic falls into an abyss of hatred. What these young people are, indisputably, are little Eichmanns. The man who interrogated Adolf Eichmann for 275 hours 20 years after the fact, was asked a question, and he said he had a takeaway from the experience. The takeaway was this. He said it gave him his faith in democracy, the 275 hours he spent with Adolf Eichmann, because he understood that there are Adolf Eichmanns everywhere, all around us. But they're harmless in a democracy, he said, deadly in a dictatorship. They turn deadly in an instant. That's what Avner Less, the man who interrogated Adolf Eichmann, said. And make no mistake, look at these pictures of these soft, obese, sick, young Americans. Physically soft, mentally deranged, addled, twisted. Wow, oh wow, do we live in a broken country. There are no words to describe the sickness revealed by these young people's texts.
Question? Politico reported on a group chat of a bunch of young Republicans. I'm wondering your thoughts on that, and does this reflect, is it just some bad apples in this chat, or do you think that there's a toxicity around the entire party?
Some bad apples. These are the future of the Republican Party. This was so vile. It is hard to find the words to put into context that these are people who are part of a political party, one of two major political parties, and they believe in gas chambers and rape and discrimination based on the color of people's skins. These are racist, sexist, disgusting remarks. And I would say this. We have a leader from the Republican Party in this state, the highest ranking individual, who in the backdrop of all this calls our candidate for mayor, one of our candidates for mayor, a jihadist and a terrorist, and then somehow says, oh, what they said, these young Republicans, was wrong. Like, look at what you say yourself. Look at your inflammatory words. And maybe they have an effect on these young people, many of whom you support and have supported you. And you ought to just do a little re-examination of how far this has gone, where this is normalized enough that thousands of texts are uncovered. This is not one person saying they love Hitler. This is a whole lot of people saying things that are so disgusting and so abhorrent that everybody from the president on down should condemn them. And there's got to be consequences. Kick them out of the party. Take away their official roles. Stop using them as campaign advisors. There needs to be consequences. This bullshit has to stop. Thank you.
America is in a lot of trouble, and this is the warning.
I'm Steve Schmidt. This is The Warning. I invite you to join this community where I promise to be honest, blunt, and direct about what is happening in this country. America is in crisis. Follow and subscribe to this channel and on Substack. Thank you.